Sawatdee Kap, Sabaydi Mai Kap, and welcome to Chiang Mai, Thailand. Hey, today is a big day for me because I get the keys for my very first condo. I'm really excited about it. I want to bring you guys along. I know you're probably thinking, how can this be your first condo after all your time in Thailand? But the thing is, Joy owns her own house, and it's a really nice house. It's out in Sarapi, which is about 20 minutes outside the middle of town. And I wanted something a little bit more central. I wanted a gym and a pool, and I wanted to walk to a bunch of restaurants and walk to the store. I hate getting in my car, actually in Joy's car. I don't have a car here, all the time. So for all of you guys out there thinking, hey, this is your chance to pick up on Joy because Randy and Joy have broken up. No, we're still together. We're just gonna go back and forth between her house and my house. So I want to show you my place. I want to show you what it's like to rent a condo here, how you choose it, what to watch out for, what utility costs are, all those kinds of things. And even if you're not moving to Chiang Mai, all these issues are pretty much the same wherever you're going to be in Thailand. So stick around and let's check it out together. All right, guys, we're here. Welcome to my first condo, and you are my very first guest. And I'm feeling kind of guilty right now because I just realized I didn't buy snacks or anything. All right, let's go inside. Okay, it's nice because we come right into an interior hallway, so that's kind of a nice buffer from any sound from the hallway. And as you come through, you're going to see right away why I got this place. Check out that view. Is that gorgeous or what? Oh man, this is just amazing. I'm right in the middle of Chiang Mai, and you would think that we're right in a jungle. I'm going to talk to you about my place, the features that it has, and exactly how much it costs and why I chose it. And I want to talk about some things that you want to be thinking about if you rent a condo here in Thailand. And I bet you there's some things that maybe you haven't thought about, and hopefully this will be helpful to you. Let's start with a little tour of my place. Let's go over to the kitchen. You might think this is a small kitchen, and it is, but for a condo in Thailand, this is about as complete a kitchen as you're ever going to get. This place has a built-in 2-burner range, so that's nice. The refrigerator by American standards is probably pretty small, but by Thai standards, it's considered big. And right off the kitchen, there's a nice little balcony, about 2 meters square with a really nice view. Almost every condo in Thailand is going to come furnished. Same thing if you rent a house. It's the exact opposite of renting in America. So you're going to get everything furnished. In fact, most places are going to be almost like an Airbnb where you've got dishes and silverware. Ours even came with sheets and towels. So that's really nice. I mean, you basically can just move right in. You don't have to buy very much. Most condominiums in Thailand, and houses for that matter, do not come with a washer and a dryer. In fact, you'll probably almost never see a dryer. They're really rare. We're lucky, this one has a washing machine. But typically, instead of drying your clothes, you just hang dry them. I wouldn't let it be a hang up if you get a unit without a washer, just because getting laundry done here in Thailand is so easy and convenient. And you pick it up at the end of the day, all folded, and the price is very, very inexpensive. My unit here is 1 bedroom, 1 bath. The bathroom is nothing special, but the bedroom, man, check out that view. I absolutely love it. And it's nice because this unit has 2 balconies, one off the kitchen and this one off the bedroom, which is actually the better of the 2 because in the afternoon it's completely shaded and it's just got this great view of the park. One of the reasons I chose this place was because of the amenities. It's got a very nice pool, a nice area just to sit out. I do work here sometimes. It's got a gym, which is small, but it's got to me, every piece of equipment that you would want. And there's even a sauna and a steam room. So how much is my rent here? For a 1-year lease, it's 28,000 baht per month. If I wanted to rent it for a lesser period, it would be 30,000 baht a month. And some of you guys might be thinking, well, wait, Thailand's supposed to be cheap. I think it's kind of relative to where you're coming from. For some people, that might be an expensive rent, what you'd pay in your own hometown. I come from Southern California, where to rent a nice condominium is going to cost you about $2,500 a month. A house is going to cost you maybe $3,500 per month. So to me, I'm spending basically 75% less than I would be spending in California. So to me, it's a bargain. By the way, when I finish giving you some details of the condominium, you're going to see the words on the screen 1 month later, just like we're on House Hunters International. And we'll talk about what the utility bills are and all those kinds of things. So stick around for that. All right, guys, I'm really excited. We moved into our new place, my first condo yesterday, and we are off for a shopping expedition.
I can't wait, very excited.
It's been a long time since I furnished a house or an apartment. So I'm really looking forward to this, and doing it in Chiang Mai is extra cool. So we've got our choice between like Lotus or Big C. If you're from America, that's kind of our version of Walmart and Target. We need to buy some food and just like some stuff. So what is on our shopping list today? What's our essential things we want? I'm sure we'll think of a lot of stuff.
My first priority is the hair dryer.
Hair dryer. Okay. I'm thinking like essential stuff like fans, because we've got air conditioning, but you don't want like an air conditioning on all the time. So sometimes you just get a fan. So we need a floor fan for the living room.
Yes.
And like a desktop fan for the bedroom. So
Yeah.
that's number one on my list is the fans. Look what I found, celery. Celery is kind of hard to find in Thailand. I love celery and peanut butter. Left Lotus, and how long were we in the store?
Oh, I could not believe it myself. We spent more than 2 hours right there.
It was a long time, and we got all kinds of stuff I didn't think we would need, but we'd walk by stuff. We got to have Tupperware. We got to have, I don't know, all this stuff. Clothespins, things I didn't even, hangers, stuff that we didn't think about. And but we didn't get the thing I wanted the most, fans, because they didn't have white fans. They had pink and blue and
They
green.
have all kinds of colors, but not any white fans.
So we're on our way to Big C. So the really good news is we're at Big C. Tons of fans. They got these aisles. They got like 2 more aisles. But Joy is telling me she has her heart set on a pink fan. I really don't want a pink fan.
What do you think? I really like this one and I want this. And this cherry and okay. Look at this. And I got it in pink color.
Honey, do you really think pink would go with
Honey,
the condo?
I'm gonna take it.
Oh.
It's good to be here. Okay. Pink.
Okay, honey, we got the fans. We're all set.
Yes.
I tell you what, we need a screwdriver to put the base on. I'm gonna go get the screwdriver. You go get the glasses.
That's great.
Okay, and I'll meet you at the checkout counter. Okay, all right.
Rock it out.
Bye. White. I have no idea how I'm going to sell this. when we get back to the condo. And she opens it and sees a white van, but there's no way I'm getting a pink van. So if you're wondering, how did I find my place? How does anyone find a condo in Thailand? There's really three main ways. I suppose the main one is to contact a rental agent. They don't cost you anything. They are paid a commission by the owner of the unit. And by the way, there really aren't apartment buildings in Thailand. When you see these big buildings that you probably think are apartment buildings, they're actually condominiums, and they're owned by individual owners. So when you contact a rental agency, they're basically acting on behalf of the unit's owner. And it doesn't cost you anything as the renter because the landlord is the one that pays their commission. So you can go on Google for any city and put in just real estate agencies for Chiang Mai, Phuket, Bangkok, whatever it might be. And which agency you choose is actually quite important, because remember that this real estate agency is basically your liaison with the unit owner. You may not deal with the owner at all. So if you have a non-working electrical outlet or a problem with your plumbing, you want a real estate agency that has a really good reputation of getting things done and advocating for the tenant, and not someone that's basically just stepping aside once a unit has been rented and think that their commission has been earned. And you can find that out by looking at the reviews and the comments from other people that have used each agency. And you'll be getting a lease, whether you're on a month-to-month arrangement or you're renting for a long term like a year. And make sure it's in a language that you speak, such as English. And that's not hard to do because there's a very common lease form that pretty much all landlords use, and it's available in English. A security deposit against potential damages is pretty standard in Thailand, and it's usually 2 months' rent. So when you move into a place, you're basically going to be paying 3 months' rent, the first month's rent, and 2 months' security deposit. Most Thai landlords have a pretty good reputation for being honest and returning that deposit. Now, you don't have to go through a rental agency. There's other ways to do it as well. Some people will go through social media groups like Facebook, and you're going to find, I know that in Chiang Mai, for example, my girlfriend Joy was looking on a lot of Facebook groups, and we checked out a couple units through those. Sometimes they're represented by a real estate agent, and this is just a way that the owner is reaching out as well. And sometimes there is no agent, and you're dealing specifically with the owner. Another way to do it, and actually my favorite way to do it, is to simply go into buildings that you like. I mean, when you're in a community and you say, I like the location, I like the look of that building, you can just walk right in and go to what's called the Juristic Office. I think in America or the West, we'd call it like a management office. And you can just say, hey, do you have any units that are available? And you're going to get kind of two different types of people when you do this. Some are going to be really helpful, and they've actually got the keys, and they'll say, yeah, let me show them to you. So that's ideal. Other times they'll just say, no, but we know of a few units, and here's the agency that is representing them. Some units are represented by multiple real estate agents, and some are listed with just one. I don't quite know the dynamics of how that works, but I'll give you a suggestion. When you go into these buildings and you're asking them to get off their butt and out of their chair and walk around a big building and show you 3 or 4 units, you're kind of asking them for a favor. So I would recommend that when you're going to do this, dress nicely, look like someone that they want to have in the building, and be very courteous and try and speak at least a little Thai and apologize in Thai that you don't speak Thai. Check out this video because, among other things, it talks about how to fit in Thailand, how to get along with Thais, and a key phrase to learn in Thai to kind of get over that hump when you don't speak Thai. There's 3 options. Sometimes they'll just say, well, you've seen the unit, here's the rental agency. So, you still deal with a rental agent, which is fine, but you've got an advanced look at it. Other times they'll just tell the seller that you're interested, and you'll deal directly with the seller. Other times, the juristic office is kind of like in sort of a management role. Again, I don't quite understand the dynamics of how that works, but those are 3 different possibilities. But here's a really big key piece of advice to help make sure that you don't get in a bad situation. When you sign your lease and you're transferring money to the owner, If you're dealing with a large, reputable realty company, you shouldn't have any problems at all, and I don't think you need to worry. But if you're dealing directly with an owner, my suggestion is do everything through the juristic office of that building. They know who the owners are, so you know you're actually dealing with the owner. They can act as a witness on the lease. Do everything right there in the juristic office if you're not dealing with a realty office. So here's a couple random thoughts regarding renting a condominium in Thailand that you may not think about, but which I think are important. So one issue is what floor you're on. The higher up you are, the less noise you're going to get from the street. And here's another one that nobody thinks about, is mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are a problem in Thailand. Unlike, a lot of parts of the world where the worst thing that happens is you get an annoying mosquito bite, in Thailand they can actually carry some serious disease. So you don't want a mosquito bite if you can avoid it. So the higher you are, the less likely it will be that mosquitoes will fly up to get into your open windows and patio doors. By the way, the first video I ever did for this channel was on mosquito repellent and talking about tricks to not get bit by mosquitoes and talking about the best mosquito repellent out there. And so I'm going to give you a tip. And there's nothing in this for me. There's no affiliate link. I don't get paid anything. I just want to help you out. Here is the best mosquito repellent you can buy. It's called picaridin, and it's actually a synthetic derivative of the pepper plant. And all the review places, Consumer Reports and CNN, even the New York Times, rate it as effective or more effective than DEET. And the only drawback is that to buy this in Thailand, you can get it on like Lazada, which is kind of like Amazon here, but it's 3 times, last time I checked, like 3 times as much as in America. I don't know if it's available in Europe or not, but whenever I go back to America, I come back with like 10 of these. So that takes care of my mosquito problem until my next trip. Another thing you might not think about is the sun shining in your windows. In Thailand, that's a big deal. If you're getting sunlight angling in through your windows for a big part of the day, it's already incredibly hot here. You don't want to have to close your drapes or have your air conditioning going full speed all the time just to counteract the heat from the sun on the windows. So check out at different times of the day, are you going to be getting a lot of direct sunlight on your windows? Now I've got big windows here. That was a concern for me. So that was an issue for me looking at this place with these gigantic 2 walls of windows. But one of them only gets sunlight in the early morning and the other one gets no direct sunlight at all. So it's perfect. Another thing to look at when you're checking out units is electrical outlets. And normally we don't even think about that because in most Western countries, there's 1 or 2 outlets on every wall. Not so in Thailand. Even in this unit, for example, a really nice building, in my entire living room, there's 1 electrical outlet. I mean, it's just crazy. There's 3 walls with no electrical outlet. I've got some in my kitchen and 1 here in my living room. But it's just the way that Thailand is. So make sure you know where they're at and that's going to be in a place that it kind of suits your needs and you're not going to have extension cords running all across your floor. And what about air conditioning? I'm talking about this thing right here. It's completely different than the United States where we've got central air and central heating. First off, there is no heating. There are no heaters in Thailand. In fact, most cars don't even come with heaters. It's just too hot. So it's only air conditioning. But you should get one of these units in pretty much every room where you're going to spend time. And if not, that's a potential concern. But here's what I want to talk about is I find these things kind of annoying. On the good side, they will cool a room incredibly fast. It's not like in the United States where you put on your central air and 15 minutes later you can start to feel the house cool down. Here it's instant. It's more like a car where you've got the dashboard just like blasting cold air right at you. So if it's positioned in a place that you don't want to have cold air blasting at you, It's a concern. I mean, I hate staying at a lot of Thai hotels because they've got these things pointed right at the bed and you're practically freezing. So you've got a choice of being like hot all night or being freezing. So think about where these are positioned and is it in a good place. If you're like me and you like to actually open your windows once in a while, you need screens. Otherwise, mosquitoes and bugs are going to come in unless, like we talked about, you're super high in the building. And a lot of Thai windows don't have screens, and a lot of sliding glass doors don't have screens. And they're not cheap to go buy and get them custom fit for the windows and doors that you have. So that's something you might want to be looking at. Next is beds. Thailand is infamous for hard beds, and I mean rock hard beds. So don't just look at a bed and think like, yeah, that's a nice sized bed, that's big enough. Actually lay on the bed. And if it is a hard bed, or for that matter, if there's anything in your apartment that you don't like I love the apartment, but I don't like the sofa, and I don't want to go buy a sofa myself, talk to the landlord. Because a lot of these landlords own multiple units, or if you're signing a lease, they're willing to invest some money to have you stay there. So you can actually say, hey, I like the unit, I'll take it, but you've got to buy me a better mattress, or I hate the sofa. Do you have another sofa that you can show me pictures of, or can I show you one that I want? Quite often, the landlord will do that for you. How about closet space? In the West, we don't really think about this because at least in the average American home, we've got so much built-in cabinets in our kitchen. Bedrooms come with built-in closets. That's not the case in Thailand. Houses are built with no closet space. So really the only closet space you're normally going to have is a piece of furniture. And quite often by Western standards, it's quite inadequate. Parking is a really big deal in Thailand, and people always forget to ask about it. Space is at a premium in every downtown area for every city in Thailand. So one of your questions should be, if you've got a car or you might get one, is do I get a designated parking spot? If I don't, am I guaranteed to get a spot, or is it first come, first serve, and quite often there are no spots and I'm on my own to find a spot? Also, is there guest parking? Where are your friends going to park when they visit? If you've got to park out on the street, sometimes it's a big problem. Hopefully the stuff that I'm telling you is helpful and some of this kind of resonates with you. And if it does, if you haven't already done so, I hope that you subscribe to my channel. There's no buy me a coffee, there's no Patreon, there's no paid clubs to get special information. In fact, we don't even do affiliate links where we make money on that. We're not after making money at all. Joy and I just like educating people and sharing information about Thailand, but we do want our channel to grow. So I'd love it if you subscribe and share this with other people. Kap kun kap. All right, we've been in our apartment for just over a month. I've been happy here. What do you think?
I'm very happy too.
This is the electricity bill. So our electricity bill for a full month was 1,693 baht, which in US dollars, that's about $47. Now, I know you told me when Joy saw the bill, she said, wow, our electricity bill is high, higher than it is at our house. But for me from the West, my gosh, my electricity bill in the West is like 175, and I never even use my air conditioning. Here, I would say we use the air conditioner every single day.
Yes.
Most nights going all night.
All night.
During the day, we would have the living room air conditioner on. So I'd say one or the other was like 15 hours a day total for 31 days and 1,600 baht. So I think that's incredibly cheap. And our water bill came out to 320, which is about 8 or 9 US dollars.
And we do the laundry quite often, like twice a week.
Yeah, is that, because I know you think this is high also. Joy's saying, these bills are outrageous. And we also had a bill for our Wi-Fi. And the Wi-Fi is 642 baht a month. There was no startup fee or anything like that. We paid the first 3 months in advance. The Wi-Fi here is incredibly fast. I'll put on a screenshot of what the speed is here, but it's something like, I know you take it for granted, Thai Wi-Fi. But it's maybe like 4 or 5 times as fast as my Wi-Fi in my American home, and maybe like 20% of the cost. And the only other kind of like reoccurring cost we have I can think of is water, because you don't drink tap water here. So we get a water delivery, and we get, what is it, 24 bottles?
Yes.
24 bottles, and they're glass, so it's none of the plastic issues. And it's 65 baht per week. We get
Yes.
our 24 bottles of water. And you know, we were going to show you the apartment and like all the improvements that we did. We didn't. There's like, it had everything that we needed. We didn't really add anything. We didn't put any pictures on the wall. The only things that we bought, Joy found like a buffer to put on the wall air conditioner unit, which we got on Lazada for like 250 baht. So that buffers the air. So it's not quite as hard coming at you. So I love that purchase. And we got the 2 fans, which quite often we have going at the same time as the air conditioning. One for the living room, and then a separate one for the bedroom. Great having you guys with us. We enjoyed showing you our condo, and we hope that when you come to Thailand and you rent your first place, it goes as smoothly for you as it did for us.
All right.
Till we see you guys again.
Safe travel.
Safe travel.